Welcome to today's live IELTS class. My name is Adrian and I'm streaming to you from beautiful Victoria here in Western Canada. I hope everybody is having an awesome week so far. Students, this is an IELTS speaking class, and the topic of this class will be talking about everyday technology. So tech that you use every day. Welcome Carolina, our chat moderator. Hi Anna, hi Abraham, nice to see members in the class. Good to have you here with me, students. This lesson, as per usual, is brought to you by aehelp.com for academic IELTS success. Visit us there. And for general IELTS, check us out at gieltshelp.com. These are our websites. They power these live classes. Our academic IELTS website looks like this. It's got this blue background, and you can click this big red button to join the premium version of our course. It is a one-time payment for lifetime access. We're an IDP affiliate, a British Council partner, and an IELTS test registration center, and the course costs about 30 to 50 bucks US, and you only pay that one time. Welcome Gazi, thank you for the super chat donation. Hi Segareta, Ibrahim, good to have you with me here. The general IELTS website, it has the green background, and you'll see that when you go to gieltshelp.com. And if you are a premium user, then you have some additional classes each week through Zoom. We will use Zoom today for some speaking. To check out the premium classes, follow this link here. And of course, we do have apps as well for the academic IELTS. It's Academic IELTS Help, and for the general IELTS, it's General IELTS Help. You can link these apps to the website. So you can link this app to that website, and you can link this website to this app here. Okay. All right. Students, if you have questions, send me an email, adrian@aehelp.com or admin@aehelp.com. Okay, everybody. So right now we've got speaking. Tomorrow we have speaking for premium users on Zoom. You should have those Zoom links now. And then on Friday, we don't have class. It's Good Friday, Easter long weekend, so I'm taking that to spend time with family, and I hope you have that chance too. Students, for videos though, you can always practice, always watch videos. If not on the website, then check out this video on YouTube on our channel. Subscribe to the channel and begin learning. All right, students, let's just jump right in. IELTS speaking is a 12 to 15 minute interview, and you should go early. You meet with your examiner in a private room. They will be waiting for you, and they will say, welcome to the speaking section of the IELTS exam. My name is Adrian. I will be your examiner for this part of the test. The test has 3 parts. I will give you instructions for each. Before we continue, may I see your identification? All right, let's just warm up, students. Put your answers in the chat. I'm looking at the chat here, and I will give you some feedback. I'll let you know what band scores to expect and what kind of strategies to implore. May I see your identification? You should start by saying, gladly. Here's my passport I used to register. Please take a look. Okay, so nice full sentences. Please don't just say yeah, sure. It sets a bad tone for the exam. Yeah, sure, it means, oh yeah, you're here, I'm here, here you go. But you're not just there. You're there to show your best English, to get a really great score, and to go work, live, and study abroad or locally. Okay. Shakrani says, yes, certainly. Here's my passport. Please have a look. Perfect. Okay, nice and polite, formal, professional. Good job, Shakrani. That's how you start a band 9. Okay, and then the examiner will say, what is your full name? Okay, now students, make sure to copy, repeat, say what I say. The best way to improve your speaking is by practice. So copy what I say, copy how I say it. What is your full name? As you can see in my passport, my given name is Timothy, and my surname is Flanders. Please just call me Tim. Okay, so I'm just making up that name just for the example. As many of you know, my name is actually Adrian. Again, so just give your first name, give your family name, tell them what you want to be called, wait for the next question. Okay, so what is your full name? As you can see in my document, my given name is Timothy and my surname is Flanders. Please just call me Tim. Oli-ur Rahman says, my full name is Oli-ur Rahman, but most people just call me Oli-ur, and I'm totally fine with that. Okay, I like it. Yeah, basically you let me know that I should just call you Oli-ur. Okay, I like it. Okay, that's a nice, again, that's a nice start. It's clear, it's fluent. Always use capitals for your name when you're writing it, though. Okay, just take that moment. It's self-respect. Okay, it matters, students. Capitalizations in English matter. Okay, all right. And then they'll ask you a couple of questions to get you to feel comfortable. Some students think that these questions don't matter. They don't affect your mark. It's not true. They absolutely affect your mark. If I ask you where you live and you can't answer that question, I definitely don't think you're going to be a band 9 candidate if I'm the examiner. So you always want to do your best from the very beginning, okay? All right. So let's answer this question. What do you do to unwind? And as many of you know, the word unwind means to relax, to take it easy. Okay, and you cannot say unwind myself. Okay, a lot of students use the word unwind incorrectly. They say I unwind my mind or I unwind myself. No, you don't unwind yourself or your mind, you just unwind. Okay. All right, so what do you do to unwind? Not unwind yourself, just what do you do to unwind? Give me a nice, a full sentence answer for this question. What do you do to unwind? Okay, hi Ugulhan. Use the question, students, and paraphrase as much as you can. Paraphrase means use different words that have the same meaning, okay? So paraphrase and use the question. It means use different words that have the same meaning as in the question, okay? So for example, unwind, I just said means to relax. So your answer can start with, in order to relax, I usually draw a hot bath and play video games. This relaxes both my body and mind. I did this just yesterday after a challenging work day. Okay, So in order to relax, I usually draw a hot bath and play video games while bathing. Right? Let's make that clear. This relaxes both my body and mind. I did this just yesterday after a challenging work day. All right, just don't drop the phone in the bathtub, right? Okay. Ugulhan says, I like to go to the local riverside and play a basketball. Do you mean basketball? And play basketball with my friends. Just last weekend we had a great play at the riverside. Just last weekend we had a great game where I scored at least 10 baskets. Okay, it's a bit better. All right, so I'm changing it from a band 5 to a band 7.5. You want to be a little bit more fluent for a band 9, but it's in the right direction. Okay. All right. Anna has this answer. In order to unwind, I prefer to listen to music because it helps me to feel satisfied. Different word form. Even today, I have listened to classical music for 15 minutes. If you're no longer listening, I had listened. Or even better yet, just simple past. I listened to classical music for 15 minutes. Okay. So again, just some upgrades from about a band 6 to a band 7.5. Okay. All right. And then the examiner will introduce part 1. So they'll say, let's talk about television and movies. They'll ask you about 5-6 questions for part 1 that you can see here. Okay. And then they'll go on to part 2. They'll say, now that is the end of part 1. We'll continue with part 2. For part 2, they will introduce your topic and give you a list of questions to talk about for 1 to 2 minutes. In this case, they'll say, talk about technology that you use every day. And then you have to think about technology. No mobile phone. No phone. Why do I say don't talk about your phone? Okay, for this part 2. I don't recommend talking about your phone. Okay. Why not? Exactly, Hamid. A lot of people talk about their phones. Yeah, don't be one of those guys or girls, especially because if somebody has a really good explanation about their phone, then even if you have good English and you do a good job, you might not get a very high band score just because it's really hard for the examiner to not compare you to the person who came right before you if they did a really good job. And too many people talk about their phones. Okay. Shakrani says, Alexander is saying that he's drinking wine to relax. Is that a good answer? Yeah, it's totally fine. The examiner is not going to judge you. Although if you're living in a country where alcohol is forbidden, that might be a bit problematic. Yeah, for sure. But if not, why not? If you like to have a nice glass of red wine to relax, go for it. Or some Suntory whiskey from Japan, go for it. All right. Explore new things. If you use robotics or AI every day, sure, you can talk about that. absolutely. And then you have part 3. In part 3, the topic will continue on the topic of part 2. So here it says, let's talk about technology and its relevance to everyday life. Okay. So hopefully for part 2, you thought about at least a few different ideas. Okay. So that you can use them in part 3. So maybe your first thought was phone, okay, but you're like, oh, it's too common. So you're not going to choose that one. And then you thought about AI. Hey, I'm using AI at school or at work all the time. It's a good one, okay. And then you're like, wait a second, there's a lot of technology that I use every day, like my car or my microwave, okay, or my blender. Or my TV, right? So you realize, hey, wait a second, there's lots and lots of different kinds of technology, software and hardware. Yeah, Google Hunt says I use my rice steam pot, also called a rice cooker, or my smartwatch. Sure. Headset. I think Apple just came out with their AirPod 4 they're super proud of. Okay. Yeah, and so when you think about all of those, now you're like, hey, wait a second, there's lots of different technology that I'm using every single day. And technology doesn't have to be powered. It can be something simple, even like a bike. A bike is a piece of technology. Okay. Baljeet says, can we talk about the internet? Yeah, but the internet is too broad, I would say. Okay. It's almost like talking about technology itself these days. So it's too broad. So you have to really kind of think about an idea that's easy to talk about. Ideally, it's original and you can say a lot of ideas without getting yourself into too difficult of situations. Yeah, Arun, you can absolutely use software as well. So if you use, for example, WhatsApp for your daily communications, or Gmail, don't just say email, say Gmail, right? Or maybe if you're somewhere like in Uzbekistan, you're using Telegram. Okay, you can talk about that. All right, students, so think about part 2 because we will answer this question in just a couple of minutes. I'm going to start up our Zoom speaking. This Zoom link will get you there. I'm going to start up the Zoom session now. Students, if you like this Zoom interaction, then make sure to sign up for our premium package on our website because you get more of these. In fact, premium users, tomorrow you will have a Zoom speaking class. Okay. And the premium website, the premium course is at aehelp.com. Click the big red button. It is a one-time payment. We have all of our credentials. We actually had the first IELTS YouTube video ever in 2011 October. Yeah, so you're going to learn quickly and at a very good price. So let me just put on my headset so I can hear you talking to me. Make sure your microphone and your speakers are working. Okay. For now, just mute everybody. And we'll go through these questions. Hopefully we'll have some volunteers. Okay. In order to volunteer, everybody, use the React button. And when you click on the react button, you can raise your hand, okay, by doing that, and then you see that hand come up beside your avatar, and that's how I know that you want to volunteer. Okay. All right, now I'm going to lower my hand so as not to confuse you. You're welcome to use your camera if you'd like. Okay, Jack, why don't you unmute yourself? I don't think we've heard from you in a while, so Jack, go ahead and unmute yourself and we'll start right into the speaking here.
Hello, Adrian. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
For sure. How are you doing, Jack?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. How about you?
I'm doing awesome. I feel good. The weather is absolutely beautiful these days. It's almost feeling like we're in summer. So yeah, I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking.
Awesome.
Okay. All right, Jack, let's jump right into this IELTS speaking. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, let's do it. Welcome to the speaking section of the IELTS exam. My name is Adrian. I will be your examiner. May I see your identification?
Sure. This is my ID card I use to register this exam. Please have a look.
What is your full name?
My given name is Yanjun. My family name is Kang, but I've chosen Jack as my English name. Please just call me Jack.
Okay, Jack, for part one, I will ask you some questions on a general topic. Let's talk about television and movies. How much time do you watch television each week?
To be honest, I rarely to watch TV since I'm very busy. But I use smartphone instead. In my spare time, I watch some online video on my phone.
When do you usually watch the television?
I usually will watch television in the weekend with my family, and my kid loves the cartoons, and I will accompany with my kid to watch the cartoon movies.
Okay, I'm going to stop there and give you a little bit of feedback. That's really good, Jack. You're starting to get the hang of part one for sure. See, practice. It's true what they say. When you keep practicing, you get better and better. I think you're making less mistakes now than when I first heard you answer these questions. Jack, how long have you been participating in these classes? It's been a few months now for sure, right?
I suppose I taken your class about 2 or 3 months, maybe.
Yeah, and I think it takes about 2 to 3 months to really start like hearing the difference, and I'm starting to really hear that difference from when you first started. So you just sound more comfortable. It sounds like you're speaking with less effort, like it's coming a little bit easier, especially for these general questions. So that's really good. I think that your answers at this point for these questions are about a 6.5 for sure. I think when you started, you were closer to like a 5.5. So you've probably improved about a band score in the last 2-3 months, which is really good. Your grammar accuracy has really improved. Okay.
I remember at the beginning of taking your class, I'm very hard to listen the class, and it's very difficult. But now I can listen most of the meaning. But my speaking skills, still need to be improved.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the amount, right? So you're doing more listening than speaking. But even your speaking skills have improved for sure. I think your classmates that have been here the whole time will say, yeah, Jack, for sure, your speaking is improving. Yeah. your pronunciation and your intonation are improving too. So very good. Okay, so Jack, you said I usually watch television on the weekend with my family. My kid loves cartoons, so I will accompany my kid. Instead of accompany is a little bit weird there. I will join
So,
my kid to watch cartoons, or I'll watch cartoons with my kid together, something like that. Okay.
yeah.
Also, really pay attention to what the question is, right? It's like when. So you said I usually watch televisions on the weekend with my family, and that's a good start. It's on the weekend. When do you usually watch television on the weekend, especially cartoons with your child? In the morning, in the evening?
It's usually in the evening after dinner.
Okay. Yeah, and it's that kind of detail, right? That examiners really like. So I usually watch television on the weekend with my family. Most often in the week, in the evening after dinner. My kid loves cartoons, so I'll join him to watch some of these cartoon movies. And then throw in that example. Last Saturday, we watched. What did you watch? What's a movie that you watched with your child recently? Last Airbender? Sure. I'm just going to make one up. All right. So try to give me a full sentence with a little bit more detail then. Jack, one more time. Are you ready?
Yeah,
Okay.
ready.
When do you usually watch the television?
I usually watch television on weekend in the evening after dinner. My kids love cartoons, so I always joins with them. Last Saturday, we watched the Peppa Pig, and it's very funny and interesting.
Okay, good. Yeah, really? Yeah, yeah. Peppa Pig everywhere in the world. Okay, great. That's a great. That's a great answer. Okay, so that's the kind of detail. So that's what I want you to work on, is that extra bit of detail. You've got good language now. Build that fluency. Give that extra bit of detail. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jack. That was really good. Thank you so much. All
Okay,
right.
thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Jack. Keep up the good work. Everybody, give Jack a thumbs up. That was really good. You can do that in your React buttons in Zoom, or you can do it in the YouTube chat as well. I'll give you a thumbs up there also, Jack, because you deserve it in both places for sure. All right, let's take somebody else. Olive, why don't you chime in?
Hello, Andre.
How are you, Olive?
I'm fine, thank you. Good day.
You sound very giggly.
Oh, my Jay, because I'm happy you picked me. It's not easy to get an opportunity like this.
Okay. Well, I'm happy you're happy. All right. Okay, Olive. So let's just jump right in. Are you ready to continue?
Oh, yes, I'm ready.
Okay, let's do it. Do you think movies and television are a good way to learn about different cultures?
In my mind, I would say yes. This is because cultures are some things that are very different in our ve- in different countries or different places. So learning about another person's culture is a way of like communication or involving yourself in that country or in that place. Take for example, you're living in from Cameroon where I am, traveling to another country like Canada. You already know the culture because you watch it through the TV or the radio. You are used to it, and when you reach there, you feel like you're part of those people. You feel comfortable. You feel at home. You just immerse yourself within the culture because you already learn it through the media.
If you could make a TV show, what would it be about?
Oh, it's gonna be about family planning. Yeah, I love talking about family planning because I'm a nurse, so I'm good at that point. Because the rate in which our young girls are giving birth in the house these days is becoming alarming. with less education. So if I want to make a show, I'm going to make a show about that to teach them, to educate them about family planning, how to keep themselves to when they are married to give birth, or if they want to give birth for those that are married. They use family planning in order not to be carrying pregnancy every year. Yeah, just to bring up their family and to take care of themselves.
Okay, I'm gonna actually stop there and give you a bit of feedback because I think that's really good English, but I do think you can do better with a little bit of strategy, Olive. So, a couple of things, or a couple of points. We shouldn't use the word things. There are a few words that you should avoid, everybody, in the IELTS speaking. So avoid the word things. Okay, you didn't use that word, Olive. I just did. So anyway, avoid the word things. But another word that you should avoid is avoid the word you. Okay, because you're not really speaking directly to your examiner, and you use the word you a few times, especially in your first answer when I said, do you think movies and television are a good way to learn about different cultures? And you said like involving yourself. So just avoid the word you. Okay, I think your band score, Olive, would be like a band 6.5, but I think what you should get in the IELTS with the right strategy is like an 8.5. Okay, and that's a big difference, right? So it's like, so you'd be like, well, Adrian, why am I getting a 6.5 if I should be getting an 8.5, right? Okay. The reason why, Olive, is because your English, I can tell that you use English. I can tell you have a lot of experience with English. And that can also be a problem. So a native speaker of English, if they go into the IELTS exam and they don't prepare and they don't know what to do, they would probably just get like a band 7, 7.5 in the speaking. And that's because we don't pay attention to communication, right? Like you're thinking, okay, I'm just going to answer this question, but you're not really thinking about how you're answering the question. Are you following me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let me show you what I mean. When I said, do you think movies and television are a good way to learn about different cultures? You said, in my mind, I will say yes. This is because cultures are different in different places. So learning about cultures is a way of communication that involves yourself. And I had to wait like a good 20 seconds where I'm like, how are you connecting to television here? So you didn't really talk about television and movies until you got to the end of your answer. Do you see what I'm saying? So you at the end of your answer, you said, so if you're living in a country like me, like in Cameroon, and I'm moving to Canada, and then I watch some movies or TV shows, then I can understand about Canada, right? And it was just at the very end of your question. So a very important tip, everybody, a very important tip, Olive, is always start directly, okay? So start direct. So yes, I definitely think that some movies and TV shows are a great way to learn about different cultures, especially documentaries and travel shows. Okay, so very direct answer. Do you get what I'm saying? Olive?
Yes, sir.
Yeah? Are you with me? Yes,
Yes, sir. I'm with you.
Okay. All right. Okay, so answer very, very directly. That's one important tip. The other important tip, and this happens to people also, especially people who are good in English and are very comfortable with English, is don't get too passionate about your answer. So don't get too excited, okay? So I asked you this question, if you could make a TV show, what would it be about? And you got so excited about that question that you're like, oh, it would be about family planning because I'm a nurse and I want to make a show about family planning. So I can tell you're really concerned. Like, first of all, Olive, good for you. I can tell you're very passionate about your job, right? Like you love your job, and that's awesome.
Okay.
And I can also tell that you're really passionate about making a change in the lives of especially young women in Cameroon and making sure that they plan their family and they're a little bit smart of, making that decision. So I can tell that you're really passionate about that, right? But unfortunately in the IELTS, they're not marking you on passion, they're marking you on English, okay? So you have to control that passion. Do you get what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I would say something like this: given the chance to make a show, I would love to create a series on family planning. This would be based on my nursing experience and include useful tips to young women in Cameroon and around the world about the importance of planning for a pregnancy, so that their kids and them can have better quality lives. I think this show could be well received by a wide audience in my country, right? So something like that, where it's like a very controlled, direct answer, okay? All right.
Okay.
Do you want to try that answer one more time, Olive? Here we go. You ready?
Yes, sir, I'm
Okay.
ready.
All right. So remember, control your passion and focus on the English, okay? If you could make a TV show, what would it be about?
Given a chance to make it a show, I would love to create a series on family planning. This is because I got experience in that as a nurse, is to help ladies, young women in my country and around the world in order to know how to plan their family and to live a better life ahead.
Beautiful. That was much more controlled. So that's the difference between just casually speaking English at a band 7 level versus what you just did, which is professionally speaking English at a band 8-9 level. Do you feel the difference between the two now?
So,
Yeah. So the big difference with what you just did is you're speaking English for the listener. Previously, when you answered this question, you were speaking English more for yourself. Do you get the difference? So a band 7 is somebody who's good in English, but they're kind of speaking more for themselves. A band 9 is somebody who's good in English and they're speaking for their listener. Okay, so really practice speaking for your listener when you're giving answers, and you get a really nice high band score, Olive. Okay.
thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you. It was lovely to hear your voice, and thank you for chiming in.
Thank you for accepting me. Nice day.
You too. Bye, Olive.
Bye.
All right, everyone. Give Olive a big thumbs up. She did fantastic. And I hope everybody learned some very important tips there through Olive's experience. It's very common. These mistakes are very common. Okay. And I see some answers in the chat too. I am looking at Shakrani says, given the chance to make any video show, I will be gladly making my life from journey from the day I am on the track to become a millionaire and buy my Porsche 911 GT3 RS. So Shakrani, you are making a show about rags to riches documentary or biography. Okay, very good. Marasa, the Zoom link is in the chat. You should be able to find it a little bit higher up in the chat there. Okay. All right. Students, let's jump into part 2. Gazi, why don't you unmute yourself? Are you there, Sir Gazi?
Hello, Adrian.
How are you, Gazi?
Fine, thank you for asking.
You thought about it
So,
for a second. You're like, am I great? Nah, I'm gonna go with fine today. All
yeah,
right.
yeah, just here. I'm worried about the children. They just playing around, so I'm afraid they will come any moment inside the room. So,
That is okay. That is okay. Gazi, thank
yeah,
you for the super chat donation. That's fantastic.
you're welcome, Adrian. You deserve a lot.
Oh,
You
thank you.
deserve $1 million.
Oh, thank you, Gazi. That's so kind of you.
Yeah.
All right, Gazi, let's do this. We're gonna go into part two. Did you have a chance to prepare your answer for this?
Yeah, I just read it quickly. The book
Okay.
talk about technology that you use every day. Yeah, that's something in my head like automatic washer. Yeah,
Okay, when
that's
you think about
something I use
automatic
it.
washer, what are you thinking? Like a dishwasher or a washing machine?
No, washing machine for clothes,
Okay.
laundry.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, that's good. Just make sure you're using the
Yeah,
right words. Okay, so washing machine.
yeah, for laundry, I mean.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, you know what? With kids, every day,
Mm.
I agree. I think my wife and I, with our two kids, we've got that washing machine going just about every day. So
Normal people use it maybe once per week, but with 4 children,
it's a different story.
we
I
need
know.
it every day, maybe twice per day.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Mm.
Kids are dirty too, right? They're not like adults. Like they don't, you can't wear the same pair of pants 2 days because
No,
they were
no.
one, in fact, half a day, and it's dirty. It's just
Yeah, a
dirty.
lot of change. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So everybody out there that doesn't have kids, Ghazi and I will tell you, washing machines, they were invented for children.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the super helpful
Yeah.
innovation. Yeah.
Right. Okay, well, let me start you off and then you can give me a nice 1 to 2 minute response, okay?
Yes,
All
I
right.
just need to read the last question.
Go
Please
for it.
just.
Yeah.
Where and why do you use it? Okay. What do you have a nephew?
Got it?
Yeah.
You're nicely
Yeah.
done,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What would happen if you no longer, oh my goodness, what would happen if you no longer had this technology available? My kids would be running around in dirty clothes all the time.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, here we go. I'll start you off, Ghazi. Okay. Talk about technology that you use every day. Your 1 minute preparation time is up. Please begin speaking.
Actually, I use on a daily basis my Wolf automatic washer for laundry. I use it every day. I put it in the basement. Its capacity about 20 liters and even more. I bought it last year from a local wear store, and the reason I use it on a daily basis because I have 4 children, 2 years, 4 years, 6 and 9 years. So we have a lot of laundry to do. So that's why I use it on a daily basis. So it's very convenient because I just put the clothes inside and set the key. There's different setting for the automatic washer. There's the light and heavy duties. I always put it on the heavy duties. I also beside the clothes, also I use it for blankets. Also, I can put blankets as well. And once I started, it's just start washing by self. I just go to do my other activities, and takes about an half hour to finish the circle. After washing, start rinsing, and after that, spinning. And I find the clothes is ready. I just remove them and put them in the dryer. So if I don't have this amazing machine, I will struggle a lot because I cannot afford to wash clothes in my hand with 4 children. So it's amazing innovation. Yeah.
Okay, your 2 minutes is up. I'll stop you there. You're doing such a good job, I didn't want to stop you. But you're right, I have to. And the examiner's timing you, so they will stop you. That was really good, Gazi. You're getting so much better at sustained speech. I remember a while back when you were doing these, you struggled so much more to sustain 2 minutes of well-structured English. But, you know, like I'm overwhelmed by how well you're doing now. That was really, really good.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was like an easy 7.5, I would say. You just had like really good structure, really good information, some really nice use of language, good connections. And I just had a really clear idea of what this technology is and what it does for you and your family and how much it means to you. So that was really, really good. Yeah.
I just missed it to add the detergent before I started. I should mention to that.
It's still better to have a washing machine even if you're not using detergent. So it's all
okay.
Good.
Maybe,
all right.
Yeah.
I liked the details. I loved how you're quantifying. You said it's 20 liters, maybe even more. You have 4 children. You gave me their ages. What was it? 2, 4, 5, and 9. Was it or?
Yeah, I just put them randomly. I lost their ages actually.
So we call
between 3 to 10, like that.
It's such a dad maneuver for sure.
I
accidentally put my older daughter's name instead of my younger daughter's yesterday for some activity as well, so I know exactly.
Yeah, I confuse their birthdays.
My dad confuses mine as well. So, but overall, just really good. You said it takes about 30 minutes, so that quantification, those numbers were really good. You said, so if I don't have this amazing machine, I struggle a lot. I would, right? So here you want to use the unreal condition. Why? Because you have the machine. So since you have the machine, you're using an unreal condition. If I wouldn't have this machine, I would struggle a lot. Can you just repeat that after me? If I wouldn't have this machine, I would struggle a lot.
If I wouldn't have this machine, I will struggle a lot.
I would struggle a lot.
If I wouldn't have this machine, I would struggle a lot.
Yeah. So in Unreal, when the situation is not real, always use would.
Okay. Well, because will for certain things.
Exactly. Yeah, and it's not bad English, but it's not the better English. Okay, so it's better to say I would because it's Unreal.
Okay.
Because you have the machine.
Okay. That is amazing. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So otherwise, there were a couple of small little mistakes here and there. Listen back when you have the chance, but overall, very good response. So thank you so much for sharing that, Gazi.
Okay. Thank you, Adrian, for having me, and have a nice day.
You too. Bye, Gazi.
Bye.
All right, everybody give Gazi a thumbs up. That was both an enjoyable response and very well said. Yeah, that was good structure. Structure is so important, everybody. I'm sure you got that from Gazi's response of like, okay, it's just really, really clear. He described his machine, where he keeps it, what it does for him, why he uses it every day, how his life works because he has it, how his life would be if he didn't have it. It was just so well structured. Okay, let's try somebody else here. I'm just gonna click through, see through all of our volunteers here. Let's try Mr. Shach. He's had his hand up for a bit there. Mr. Shach, are you there?
Yes, sir, I am here.
Oh, good to have you. How are you?
I'm good. How about you?
Yeah, I'm doing quite well. Thank you for asking. Are you ready for this part 2?
Yes, I am, sir.
Okay, let's do it. I'm going to start you off. Here we go. Talk about technology that you use every day. Your 1-minute preparation time is up. Please begin speaking.
Well, a technology that I use every day is my portable Sony Oldfield One speaker. It's actually in black color. I use it every day pretty much whenever I go camping or with my friends outside. Uh, I try to use it whenever I am outside because it's very loud. I don't quite use it in my apartment because I don't want to bother others. So yeah, I use it when I'm connecting it to my phone via Bluetooth. Yeah, so just I would say it's about one kilo, which is about 1,000 grams, and it's long shaped, around maybe 25 centimeter long, and its width about 10 centimeter. Yeah, it's like the best, I would say the best speaker I have ever had. I bought it for around $100 US last year, and its battery lasts about 16 to 20 hours on average use. Yes, of course, if I don't have this, probably I will not enjoy my outing with my friends as good as when I have it. So without it, I would even not go camping actually outside.
Okay, your 2 minutes is up. I will stop you there. I hope it's not going to stop you from going camping. Okay. Very good though. Very good.
Yes.
I like, sometimes, and students who are familiar with the IELTS, they get good at just kind of making up information or saying what comes to your mind. And that is okay. The examiner is not judging your content, really. They're just judging, what you're saying and how you're saying it. Okay, but you are missing one major piece of information. And I was like, okay, you've got really good structure. You've got some good English, definitely about a band 7 to 7.5. Like, you're very, in your quality and in your structure, you're very close to what Gazi just did too. So you're doing really well. But there's one really important piece that you're missing, Shak. What is that?
Probably, let's say, how do I use it? I did not actually talk about that one a lot.
What do
How
you
do
mean? Can you
Maybe
explain
like,
that a little bit?
let's say, for example, I use it by connecting via Bluetooth. It's a wireless portable speaker, for example.
I think you said that. You did say that you connect it by Bluetooth. There's something else.
Uh,
What is it? It's a speaker. So what do you? It's gotta come to you. I didn't want to tell you. It's like,
I listen to music.
yeah, you didn't tell me what you're actually listening to on it. I'm like, so what do you like? Listening to rock music, pop music, interviews, podcasts? Like, what are you actually listening to on this thing? So when I go camping, I put on some campfire guitar music with my friends, right? Or if I go out and play sports, I put on some fast electronic music to get us pumped up for the game, right? So you didn't actually tell us what you're listening to on this thing, and I'm like, why wouldn't you? Like, what are you doing with it, right? And I'm sure I would ask you that in part 3 as a follow-up question. I'd be like, so what are you listening to on this speaker, right? That would be my follow-up question. So if you hear that, like in the real exam, that's what would happen. So in the real exam, I would say that's the end of part 2. We will now go on to part 3. I will ask you a question or two related to your response and connected to the topic. And then what I would do is I would go, so what do you usually listen to on your portable speaker? And when you realize that, oh, geez, I forgot to talk about that, you can actually say that. You can say like, oh gosh, I totally forgot to talk about that.
Yeah. Can I maybe answer it in my way?
Yeah. That's what I'm going to do. So here we go. So what do you usually listen to on your portable speaker?
Well, most of the time I listen to actually podcasts. For example, just last week I was listening to Mark Zuckerberg when he was explaining his I don't know, it was a AI, these eyeglasses that was uh, bringing showing people's who are not there, actually showing in front of your eyes that are not even showing, is not even there. As well as I also uh, I also listen to happy musics, for example Irani music, uh, whenever I go to camping, of course, just to be happy, just to unwind from the stresses of everyday life.
Okay, good. Yeah. So those are the missing parts. Okay, very good. All right, Chuck, much better. So, yeah, sometimes we get so focused on what we're saying and how we're saying it, it's easy to miss like a key part of what we're talking about. So just be really cautious about that. Don't get too intense on the topic. Okay.
Gotcha.
All right, Shak, that was really good. Thank you so much for sharing that. And it's a portable Bluetooth speaker. I think is a very clever choice for this part 2 question on, because it's relatively simple. It has everyday use. Probably not too many people would choose that answer for this part 2 cue card. So I think that would be a very, very smart choice for this cue card if it came up on your IELTS exam to maximize your score. So that was very clever. So thank you so much, Shak.
Yes, I think I'm getting nervous. I don't know why. I feel like I have a very good English. I don't know why it happens, actually.
Because you have expectation. You know you have good English and you want to show that good English. So you build a lot of expectation for yourself, but just let it happen naturally. Just be you, okay?
All right. So thank you. Thank you
Okay.
very much.
Thank you, Shak. All right. Okay, students. I'm going to stop there for today. I've got a busy morning ahead of me, so apologies for that. I know I go out usually a couple of minutes more, but here's the good news. If you're a premium user, you've got classes tomorrow. And if you're not a premium user, sign up at aehelp.com, and we have a full Zoom class. That's actually an hour and 15 minutes tomorrow. That was a really great response. All right. So again, SM blogs, don't talk about your phone. We talked about that earlier in the conversation. Okay, so don't talk about your smartphone. All right, Carolina, thank you for moderating the chat. Olivia, you're super welcome. Abraham, Anna, I'll be looking for you in tomorrow's premium user class. For those of you who don't know where, it's aehelp.com. Click the big red button there, right there. It is a one-time payment. Alexander, if you've it's evening time for you and you're chilling out, have a glass of wine for me as well. A nice Italian Chianti. All right. And enjoy the rest of your day, everybody. I look forward to seeing all of you next week, Tuesday on YouTube. And for premium users, I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. I'm Adrian. I'm signing out from beautiful Victoria here in Western Canada. Bye, everybody. All right.